problems are a war Ghana. If we continue to politicize this now, there will be no solution to it. It better contribute extra margin. Let me give you examples in the world what is going on. And when the president said the problem and engineering, you have to understand. Say, I have always been talking about PhD, patriotism, honesty, and discipline. Discipline is a major problem in this country. One, obi ekoto sachet water or no not the atufu or titrotro. One day, 37 military hospital run about and traffic ya stop. Now obi ti trotro wagin free girl or no or the atufu. I'm catching a girl no or no tones you say on fat in free forward. Young girl or did it matter? Or no all tall session. That means you Lincoln town car. A Lincoln navigator. Share car a crummy that time. Girl no arm for the crew did it matter. Because when me say at the end of the panajato for on the man to on fat at the end in free. Two, any pana or also a nom at the end. And so, Argentina went in young fat, sachet empty no, and kura. Now we do baby a dustbin what to up. You see, we have to speak the truth. And keep indiscipline here. President in the car, I was saying, if we can correct it, then you know, see a jitum and yapako.
Yo, you for it's a ati. Asama na oye Kennedy ohini Agyapong oroka. Yenyimaza wa ho magana nansi eye nsu a wa hya sereto. Nsu yiri a orfa manfo wa sendama Agyapade amanfo won Agyapade onnam asokanka asobrache a ya no womane mu ha no ono na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama bro oko UK no kasa no say sa ehwe insu yiri a wafa amanfo wo Ghana ha dodoa regina asodzen asobrache asokanka a Ghana mba ye yemfenyi zima kwana yaba for that cry yanura then discipline no ono ena na two for one their program as usual obo twabo oye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ena oye Kennedy akompreko offer ko program no do no che na adwen nande yes His Excellency asama okanya nanka bin moye wagina no isibwanenen Kennedy Akompreko has spoken as a statesman. Kennedy Akompreko has spoken as a statesman backing John Dramani Mahama's statements. And thus is the bitter truth. He deserves our commendation. Osara yabwana abado. Awa also jumedi wadwenche onnyeden. Ebotum that to comment session. Yankone nkete samne bia oye Kennedy Agyapong okay for nsuyiri hu asama John Dramani Mahama omampenyin okan ya nanka bin wopeda we amanyasam wogina no sibon yankote Kennedy Akompreko Agyapong.
I also agree that President should be bold and don't politicize the say yachi minipa moyendisi ni yenkoyiro moyemtp ni yenkoyiro. Ojina aka indiscipline o ti radio so one dende. So who near MPP ni na koye ya. Uba yachi na buka ko demonstration. So yachi MPP ni. Ye antagonize MPP4. So NDC ni ana MPP4 so yachi no. NDC4 buka ko demonstration. So ye antagonize MPP4. This is the problem we have in this country. We are using politics to destroy the country. Because more argument, if the president says, one of the reasons indiscipline, we have to admit, because of the river or the river lagoon, a good insurance, Dubai, the same size of waterway, both so. I keep saying this. And are you expecting the president to go around all the time to inspect a formula cleaner?
Sati Kennedy accompanied Agyapong, backing His Excellency John Dramani Mahama'S statements that considering Ghana's perennial flooding, a lot more should be attributed to the indiscipline on the part of Ghanaians. The indiscipline, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said, Ghana's flood cases it is not mainly about engineering, but the indiscipline is contributing to a chunk, a larger proportion of it. And thus, Kennedy Agyapong has backed His Excellency John Dramani Mahama'S statement. What about you? And we are saying that Kennedy, in this instance, has spoken as a statesman. Kennedy's comments or support for the call or what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said in is well spoken. Wakasa de omamba papa Ghana nyi simamenyi a ope oman Ghana ne kanko no se iyi nyaza osede yedi ya manyasam na za omampenyi John Dramani Mahama kan nenen owom osende indiscipline asobrachi enyizi a Ghana fo yemfama oye abodze ka honti na nsu yiri fanyan obia sora we sidan esigatem obia sora we sidan de esinsu kon anenemu obia sora otunre gugatem yi ina Kennedy se onye omampenyi John Dramani Mahama ya adwen mesi awonso wa adwenche wo yi ho onenye den kan na adwumedi arehwe ne ya nokwanwe adwumedi penyifo se nokwar yewen ne kaye kana honabaka nokwanwe yabaka fa wa adwenche fato oye comment section ni ana anyi Kennedy ya adwen Kennedy ne kasai ihunu den fa uncha no ya no fato comment section nana yente oye Kennedy a comprako Agyapong bio.
I have a meeting with Chinese group 5 p.m. When we were there, was there many kekekurano become red lighter. You have a ticket. So the guy is so disciplined because the systems work. We are they will punish you and yes will be a difficult na party di akoye press conference. Yes, will be a difficult. Really, we're difficult. And you got the courage to go and demonstrate. And then that country, no, this one, and your MPP, and then NDC MPP. What more power? Obia Bonina, Uko Cafe, now we are here politics. What you fear? How would you change this country? Said one country. Now to Dubai, any Arab countries, you know, now share discipline over. But we have a case of monarchy and a dictatorship, you know, and yet a democracy. You'll be tempted to make that statement. Because one person can make a decision, say, mistake, this is how Dubai should look like in the next 5-10 years. And everybody will be. And when the president says, this is the way we are going. Opposition vote, whether it's good or not, because of selfish interest, you know, we say that we are going to kick against it because yes, of that power. It's dialogue first. The country first. And the more arguments are where baby if the president comes out to say indiscipline, Let's charge him, say, indiscipline out there in support. So do it for us. Change the system. But don't just condemn and say, what kind of discipline?
Messi, let's clap for Kennedy Agyapong this time round. Yawa bonsem ama Kennedy ohin akomprako Agyapong. Wanu hwam wakasa pa akasa de oman ba papa. Messi, Gan the bitter truth, we are clapping for Kennedy Agyapong, commending him for speaking as honest statesman who is speaking for the development, for the interest of Ghana, but not for his political party. You see, the statements are making us say the corruption cases amount for disika. Now, the parties will go and organize press conferences. The parties will demonstrate us about MPP na NDC. One be one from one can so ono that you be said and no or your MPP ni. But also the two party, one party in MPP ni NDC. Is it an indication there and pa Orufi MPP mo? After the election, see the flag bearer contest. We have not heard much of Kennedy's statement, voice on air. Among for the brain, they are in doubts that as to whether or remain MPP or buy a campaign am MPP and going to 2028. And this is the time officially Kennedy Akomprako has made public statement, and the public statement that he made, he did not make statements to support NPP political statements, but he spoke as a patriotic statesman, being nationalistic about Ghana's perennial flooding, backing His Excellency John Dramani Mahama'S statement that the cause of Ghana's flooding, perennial flooding, can be attributed to the indiscipline on the part of the citizens, not only attributed to engineering cause, but the cause is how indisciplined that the Ghanaian citizens are, the irresponsible nature of haphazard construction of buildings in waterways, dumping of refuse in drainage has largely contributed to the perennial flooding that Ghana witnessed. Messi, this is the bitter truth. This is how a statesman should speak. And Kennedy Akomprako Agyapong has earned our respect because he has spoken as a patriotic statesman who wants the problem to be addressed, who did not speak with his usual MPP political lens, but this time round being nationalistic, this time round being patriotic, as a patriotic citizens, statesman. We applaud Kennedy Agyapong. And the bitter truth, we are praying and hoping that going forward, Kennedy, when we want to speak on national issues, will speak with nationalistic lens, will speak with nationalistic perspective, but not MPP political or partisanship perspective. Listening to Kennedy, you who is watching the bitter truth, what will you say? If we ask you to rate Kennedy Agyapong's statements, 1 to 5, what rating will you give to Kennedy Agyapong as far as his score backing Mahama'S statement that part of Ghana's flooding should be attributed to the indiscipline on the part of the citizens? This is the bitter truth. Truth is bitter, it must be told. Former President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo said, we should be citizens, not spectators. Yes, Kennedy has demonstrated being a citizen and not partisan spectator. Listen to Kennedy Agyapong.
The answer is simple. People should be punished for the wrongdoing.
Yes, that's it.
I don't care how you feel.
Yes.
So, Obi Jimmy Kotokube, every what we are saying, let the tongue and Yanisika, no one jail Kube in Agyapong. Why is the assembly? TMA, AMA, one Tinyanya, anybody who is in charge should be fired. Should be fired. Around to make sure that Nipana was in Kupeku walk because so you make sure that Omas is at the NFL. And my answer, any solution to it, people should be punished for wrongdoings, and politicians should stop politicizing it and make sure that we have reward and punishment introduced in this country. Reward and punishment. Only Padiadia, Yamon Abaso, only Padiadia, Yam punishment. And yet, Ghana, forget it. Because, maybe a better government of Dubai. That will come with energy. Now, share a sure double. Need the way if he expensive for a comfort. Not me back or dog. Now, they don't even believe you. Tourism, why never tell me about say okay, a pronounce say beach ho now where's the bar sure it's simple. How? It's simple. How do you promote tourism? In discipline. So in discipline, the government, the citizens, we should all begin to discuss it. We should all begin to discuss it. It's about rule assembly or carry out. Because the ensure or make you referee. Every what way to my block is still indiscipline. Real estate for now. Assembly for every Musica. They know. I don't know. Land guard for every because a crown we are. A buying a year to all and so no much how. It is indiscipline. So let's talk about this. I have told you patriotism, honesty, and discipline. And then, on our president, now it should be a discussion. Let's discuss this thoroughly and see all media houses, all Ghanaians, stakeholders, and what Ghana. We should begin to talk about discipline. Now, you say you are politicized because you can Agyapong a car when NDP for against it. Mahama'S and MPP against it. We are not being patriotic. We should love our country. And everywhere there's indiscipline, trust me, the country is so filthy. I will be going there again. I don't want to talk about comparing the two countries. I will be our China and India near here. I will tell you what is going on. It's a matter of my argument, and yet nationalistic, and yet only politically course. It came from the president who is an NDC. I don't care whoever makes that statement, but Yansha about a woman, na yeni Ghana for, and begin to discuss how we can be disciplined and develop this country. Because the Chromo is far. Tourists, they will recommend their people. That is how we can also make money. I've been listening to me and we have but the net of these are more than one time.
Today, the bitter truth will clap for Kennedy Agyapong for speaking passionately as politically matured statesman, for not being his usual MPP partisanship, for not seeing it with MPP partisanship lens, but nationalistic lenses, and thus Kennedy Agyapong deserve our commendation, and thus is the bitter truth. We are saying, you is watching, how will you rate Kennedy Agyapong's statement backing President Mahama'S call that Ghana's flood, perennial flooding, can be attributed not to only engineering but indiscipline on the part of the citizens? 1 to 5, how will you rate Kennedy Agyapong's statement? I say, I am so happy that he is calling that this should start a national discussion. It should be a national discussion, calling on all media houses to make it a priority that yes, if His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is saying that Ghana's flood could be attributed largely to indiscipline, then what is he going to do? We should charge him to lead the charge, to lead the cause. Mahama, as a government, as the president, whose constitutionally mandate has been given to him, should lead the charge. And Kennedy Agyapong is calling for punishment, severe sanctions against perpetrators, offenders. Mercy, Kennedy, this time round, after this is for us his public discourse. This is the first time we have heard him speaking publicly about national issue devoid of partisanship after he lost the MPP flag bearership race. We commend him, we applaud him, and we pray and hope that going forward we will hear more of this from him. Is he setting the tone for the base with a renewed attitude, with a renewed political maturity, with a renewed nationalistic approach, not his usual partisanship, MPP partisanship? Remember, the show you're watching is The Bitter Truth. If today is the first time that you're watching Ghana Bad News YouTube, The Bitter Truth on Ghana Bad News YouTube, kindly subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell so anytime we're having a program, you'll be updated to be part of it. Today, let's hear from you. How will you rate Kennedy Agyapong public statement? Thank you for using your data to watch the show. It is The Bitter Truth. Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo said, we should not be spectators, but citizens. Kennedy has been citizens. We applaud him. May God bless him. Thank you for using your time and data to watch the show. It is The Bitter Truth. May